All right. All that we have on the agenda today is some SSE S3 questions. Boris, you want to take it away?
Yes, of course. So the question is if it is possible to implement SS3 with KMIP. So our KMS system we use does not support the transit engine. So we would either require to use KMIP or the key value engine or the key value endpoint. And my basic question is this possible? And is it, I would say doable in relation to how much effort it would be?
Okay, well, it certainly isn't possible today. I have thought about this. I guess the first part of this is let's see, the S3 support only supports Vault today, and it should be straightforward to add in support for other encryption backends, but the code isn't there today. The other part of this is the KMIP support that's in Ceph today is not, I would say it's not as modern as the Vault code. And in particular, there's a mode in KMIP where you can do something that looks a little bit like the transit coding in Vault, and I think the KMIP support that's in Ceph should be augmented to do something like that. That definitely doesn't exist in any form today. So it's technically doable. It's probably not a horrendous effort, but it's a significant effort.
Okay. Cool.
I do have a question for you. What version of whose KMIP server are you using?
We're using the OVH KMS system. And this only comes with KMIP and key value. I can try to link it. OKMS.
Okay, I'm assuming that's a non-open source version of KMIP.
No, it's not an open source version, but OVH got like API tooling written in Go. I talked to the OKMS people, and they basically said to me, "Oh yeah, why don't you use KMIP, because this should also work." And yeah, here we are now. So if it's possible, maybe I can find people at Glyso or so who would develop it for contract-wise or so, and bring this then upstream. But if it's too much effort, I'm going to try to find something else. OpenBOW is currently is currently working on something that would basically allow to proxy those requests. So you have the transit engine at the front, and then have a KMIP enabled storage backend. So yeah.
Okay, well, it sounds like it'll be interesting to see what you come up with. And I think it is on the roadmap to improve the KMIP support that's in Ceph. I just don't know what the timeline would be for that.
Oh, yeah. Okay. No, well, That's
If I
basically
get in
answered
there,
my question.
so there's a feature gap. So the feature gaps you would need upstream to try to mend, or do you have the?
Pardon?
I'm getting weird messages from Google here. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. So your projects, are you blocked from? Do you need specific things from the KMIP integration that's already in Ceph object, or do you have a list of things you think it needs to do, or an upstream target that we could integrate with? Are you interested in contributing something? I just missed a little bit of the detail there.
Well, it would be something to contribute to. It's a requirement from the from the parent company, and they said, "Oh yeah, you need to use the OVH KMS system." And now I'm trying to figure out a way to use it. For now, we've for the proof of concept, we settled with OpenBow. So yeah, this is kind of feature gap for us, but I think it's not something I would say that is that have huge demand. If you know what I mean.
Can you spell OpenBow? I don't know what I'm hearing there.
It's open. So open like open, and then bow BAO. It's drop-in replacement for Vault after they
got
changed
it. It's an open vault. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's intriguing. Well, that obviously then we support those interfaces.
So, and this is basically the link to the OVH key management system. Yeah. So would be cool if the KMIP integration got some makeover, I say. But currently, I feel I'm the only person that requires that.
I don't know what
because of parent company and stuff like this. Yeah.
Well, there are a few other systems that you have KMIP interfaces, obviously, or maybe several. I don't know them all very well.
Yeah.
I mean, our GKLM, and IBM family of systems do. I think we'd be interested in knowing what some of the gaps are.
Well, if we use SSE KMS, it works. So this is actually working. It's only for the SSE S3 integration, because we basically want to encrypt all the data that at rest without the user to have to specify it. I worked out a way to manipulate the headers in the HA proxy to basically always set the correct header, and then the Rados gateway encrypts the data at rest. And doing this with KMS seems very complicated, because I need to figure out which key do I now require to use, and how to get the key created in the first place, because we want to have it a specific key per bucket, like it's in the SSE S3. And we didn't figure out a good way how to do it with the SSE KMS integration. So yeah, this leaves us with the S3 integration, and this only supports the transit engine and not KMIP.
I follow. But this wouldn't. SSE S3 only supports the.
Only supports Vault with transit engine.
Is that true, Marcus? I mean, I didn't understand that would be
Yes,
the case.
that's true.
Okay, well, we should look at this. We would. I think we have reason to to want to improve that. And there are some other things in this, and that with per bucket keys and other optimizations that we have roadmap to do.
It would be nice to see the existing KMIC testing turned back on. We had to remove it because it was unmaintained.
Yeah, I came up with patches for the open PKMIP stuff to actually make their server work again. There does seem to have been some progress on their front, but it's pretty slow. The reason I asked what version of KMIP was in question here is that Boris was using is because I'm looking for other open source KMIP implementations.
Maybe we
don't
just
know.
need things that are accessible. Like if IBM and or OVH provided something that we could interoperate with, would that be crazy?
No, absolutely not. I can reach out and try to get something for development.
If we can keep it stable, that way it could be part of our CI, in other words, and then it would be. Would that be plausible, Casey?
I don't know how this is working because the KMIP integration requires a certificate to authenticate at the on the other side, and the certificate they provide are only valid for 1 year. So this would be updated, would need to update continuously.
Yeah, in terms of the CI, obviously I think it would be better if it was self-contained, but if that's the only way to go, then okay.
So at the very least, we could have that. We could do the IBM one, and if we find that there's being able to talk to another system for development at any rate would be interesting, and see how much what gaps there really are there. But I know, but for our internal use, we don't want to be limited to not doing doing SSE KMS only, and our downstream QE tests with GKLM. So I think this is probably a gap we should be fixing. That's don't overlap with other implementations. Don't know how big it is, but if it works for SSE KMS, that's intriguing. It's encouraging. Anyway, maybe we can revisit this in a future meeting. I talked to some people offline.
Yeah, no, I think I found a GitHub repository for OpenBIO.
Right, but that's going to speak HashiCorp interfaces, some subset.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I can open a feature tracker just as a placeholder that we can build on when we discuss it more.
Thank you. That's helpful, I think. Thank you for bringing this for us. It's interesting.
Yeah, sure, of course. No problem.
All right, let's move on. Next about copy encrypted object.
Yes, I put that also on the agenda because it kind of relates. There is a problem that when you try to copy an encrypted object, that copy and move operations are not working. And I think I remember a couple of weeks ago that was already on the agenda and was picked up by I think by Marcus and Sina, if I'm not completely mistaken.
The current state for me is that I've got a pull request out that is fairly new that I believe is mostly production quality. It does not pass some of Sina's tests, and I believe it's because there's a bug in a complete multi-part upload that doesn't push out the encryption attributes. So I'm hoping to work up a fix for that this week, and I'm going to rebase my patch and put that new change out there, and that might make it ready to commit. Or to merge, rather.
Cool. Thank you for the update.
I am looking at Sina's comment LinkedIn chat here. It doesn't seem to be a multi-part response. It's a copy object response that's missing fields.
Are you talking? Right. I looked at that message. That message is not making sense to me. Part of that message looks like part of the code to the S3 test stuff. I'm not convinced all of those are part of the same thing. And it's certainly not showing the request that's being sent out or the attributes that go with the request, which is what I actually care about.
I guess you could see that in the topology log, but the point is, because I guess you also commented on the line that who is going to consume those headers. That's probably the part that is missing in your response to those put requests or copy request, which is a post request. Yeah.
I don't know. I went through the AWS documentation for all of these various calls and wrote down all of the attributes that come back for all of them. There's some oddities, but when I look at the attributes I'm putting out, by and large, they match what AWS says I'm supposed to be putting out. And I specifically experimented with the customer algorithm, all of the customer provided key things. And as far as I can tell with copy object, I'm putting the right things out.
It's just more about what algorithm you use to encrypt as a response header. I guess if you look at the document, it is expected that, for example, if the customer asks to encrypt that via KMS or AES 256, you respond with the same header that I've done it. So
yes, yeah, I understand that. I believe
the test is failing for that reason, actually, because it's not catching the response header.
Okay, well, once I fix this bug that I think is there, my plan is to try to run it back through your tests and see what's happening at that point.
Sounds like a plan. All right. Thanks very much, Marcus, Sina, Boris. Any other thoughts on this? Any final topics for today? All right, let's wrap it up then. Thanks all. See ya.
Great. Thank you. Wish you a nice week. See ya.
Okay.